On to day 4 of racing at the ISAF Sailing World Cup Trofeo Princesa Sofia Mapfre, and today's races are well underway. After 3 days of qualification races, today is the first day of the final series, which pitches the top qualified athletes against each other, so no margin for errors. With the light breeze coming from the west, the fleets hit the water without any delay and headed over to their racing areas. On Delta Course area, the 470 Women's Gold Fleet started racing first, and it was Israel's Olympic helm Cohen and new crew Maman who started at the pin end, close to Italy's Caputo and Paolillo. Series leaders Weguelin and McIntyre soon tacked and headed to the right side of the course, a move that would turn out not to their advantage. A big wind shift to the left worked perfectly into the hands of the Americans pair of Hager and Provancha, who found themselves leading at the windward mark, chased by the French team of Blunden and Charlotte Belgrade in second, and Italy's Caputo and Paolillo in third. Croatia's 2012 Olympic team of Ninčević and Zupan, who went into the day in third overall, had a good chance of climbing up the leaderboard if they could improve on their 6th place at this point in the race, particularly as the two teams ahead of them on the leaderboard, the British pair of Weguelin and McIntyre, and Brazil's 2012 Olympic pairing of Oliveira and Babachan had fallen further back in the standings. Due to the wind shift, the downwind leg was a straight sail to the gate, so time for some upsets and position changes, apart from the Americans. Hager and Provancha continued to extend their lead, were in control of the race and facing little pressure from other teams. The Brazilians made a clever tactical manoeuvre and tacked to the right, followed by the British, as they endeavoured to close in on the leaders and keep hold of their top places on the leaderboard. With the Americans and the French teams claiming the top 2 places in the race, the fight was on for the third. And it was Italy's Caputo and Paolillo in a close battle with the Israelis Cohen and Maman, but the Italians kept cool and held tight to their position to finish third. The Croatians' hopes of making any further gains up the fleet and putting more boats between themselves and the Brazilians were dashed, and the Brazilians' earlier move to the right side of the track saw them shift up the pack and finish in 7th, right behind Ninčević and Zupan. In Alpha Course area, the 49er FX, the new women's Olympic skiff event, were on their first race of the day, and with the wind picking up, provided a great spectacle, as the skiff's light hull weight combined with large sail area gives a powerful boat with impressive speed. A great performance from the German pair of Lutz and Becker gave them their best result of the series, a 2nd place. The second race of the day soon started, and it was series leaders, the Danish pair of Nielsen and Olsen, who claimed a great start in the middle of the line and were off to score their 2nd race win of the day. But the race was not all theirs. Italy's Conti and Klapsic rounded the windward mark first and headed for the downwind gate. But they jibed late and gave the opening for the Danish boats of Hansen and Iversen and Nielsen and Olsen to slip into the top places, leaving the Italians in third and rounding the opposite gate before heading back upwind on the left side of the course. The Danish team of Nielsen and Olsen are dominating this event, proving their expertise and ability in both windy and light conditions. 3 more race wins today, and a perfect 0 scoreline sees them virtually eliminate the competition and advance into the concluding day of the final series with an 11-point margin over the next 4 teams. The rest of the classes continued their scheduled races, with the windy conditions holding up throughout the day. The 2.4 metre is open to men and women to compete in the same fleet. The boat is effectively a scaled-down version of a metre yacht, with the steering and controls adapted to each helm, who sit inside the boat with their heads only a few centimetres above the deck. It is a challenge for helms to see much of the race course out of the boat, and the skills they have are quite remarkable. With 1 more day of the final series left, tomorrow is showdown day to decide the top 10 boats in all events, apart from the skiffs where it is top 8, which will advance through to the medal races on Saturday. The pressure increases, and all eyes are on the top athletes competing here at the Trofeo Princesa Sofia Mapfre. Do not miss the last 2 days of competition.